Hi everybody, welcome back to another technical demo around the Quarkus application. My name is Daniel O. In this video, I'm going to showcase how to secure your serverless function with the Quarkus plus Kubernetes extension. Let's get into the demo. So here's my local environment. There is no directory at this moment. Let's try to use a kn-func command line to generate the Quarkus application project to develop serverless function, and then we just create a new project based on Maven, and then you can use any Java IDE tool to edit your Quarkus project. So once you open your Quarkus project, you will see the function YAML file is automatically generated just like here, and you can find the function name like a Quarkus-func, and also the builder. You can select the JVM or a native compilation to build your application, and then go to the generated source code here. So as you see, we can use the func annotation to make your Java method as a function when you deploy this application to OpenShift or Kubernetes as a knative services. And the input-output message, just a simple Java beans. You can send out the message as a JSON format. All right, so let's try to run this application as Quarkus dev mode, just to make sure every functionalities are working on my local machine. Okay, using Maven command line, Quarkus dev mode, and then your Quarkus application just running up in a few seconds. And then try to access the endpoint, use call command or HTTP PI. So I'm going to use an HTTP PI tool to try to pass down the input message, something like a key message, and the value is a Quarkus function local, and then you can find the Quarkus function local just return as the result. Okay, I'm going to stop the local environment. So next step and the last step, I'm going to deploy this application to Kubernetes cluster like OpenShift. In order to do that, I'm going to make sure which project I'm in. So Quarkus func sec. This is the current project. There's no resource at this moment. So I'm going to use the one more time to kn-func command line for deploying this application as a serverless function. In order to do that, just kn-func deploy, I need to specify which external container registry I'm going to push this application, and then pull that image to Kubernetes cluster. So as you see, I'm going to first do the download and then pull the builder image for JVM compilation. And then behind the scenes, so we're going to use a build pack tool to build this application as a container and then push it to container registry. In the meantime, when you go to func YAML file, some of the field is automatically updated along with the command line and the progressing of the logs. For example, image already upgraded, and then one of the things is a Rails digest file is already upgraded there. So digest image stream, and you go back to func YAML file, is automatically updated, and the UR function just deployed with this endpoint. So let's try to go back to OpenShift, the developer console. So your Quarkus application already deployed as on running on JVM. It takes under less than 1 second, and then just try to add label on your pod to differentiate with from different application pod like a Quarkus, and you can find the nice Quarkus logo on top of your pod, and then your pod application will be terminating in a few seconds because this is a serverless application, not normal pod. So when I try to hit the endpoint with some different message like a Quarkus function cube, and then I'm going to report the endpoint on top of the OpenShift cluster, and it will trigger your function to start automatically just like a serverless behavior. Okay, so as you see, Quarkus application just started, and then it will be get ready. Okay, just running, and back to our terminal window, you see the Quarkus function log queue just return. Okay, this is the way how to create and deploy Quarkus application as a two-step. Now we're gonna add a new secret like a DB credential, like a ID, a username, and password. When you go back to OpenShift console, you can find the same secret on Kubernetes, secret and admin, which allowed us to store the a sensitive file or sensitive information. So let's try to refer that secret file from Quarkus application directly. In order to do that, we need to use the configure property annotation with the username and password, just like we specify in the secret object. Let's try to another new function like let's say secrets, and then return is the string like a hash map from username and password. To do that, we need to create a new hash map object here and put the DB username from the configuration username that will be from secret, and a password here as well, and try to return this hash map. Okay, it looks good, perfect. And then we need to add one more Quarkus configuration extension, like a Kubernetes config extension, which enable us to refer the secret or config on Kubernetes directly from Quarkus application. That is the beauty of the Quarkus extension. All right, when you pull down the extension, you can find that dependency automatically edited into your POM XML as well. So we now change it to funky export. Your function name is secret from function, and then we're going to add a few more, actually two more configuration here, like a secret enable true, and then secret enable DB credential. So let's try to change the function name as well, like a Quarkus-func-sec, which means a security function. And then we need to change the image because we need to deploy different function. Maybe you can deploy in a different revision, but I just try to deploy another pod to differentiate the normal function and security function. Okay, just deploy once again. It takes a few seconds to build, packaging, and deploy to OpenShift cluster by Knative service. Okay, it's almost waiting for ready. Okay, we got a new endpoint here. Let's try go back to OpenShift Developer Console, how it looks like. So your new pod, it just came up. And then when you click on your new serverless function in the bureau, you can find that you some kind of different extension here, CDI, Func Knative event, and the Knative client. This will make us to refer Kubernetes object like a config map or security. Okay, so your function will be terminating in few seconds, just like a serverless behavior. Will be terminated. Okay, just down and then try to access the endpoint using click on open URL. In the meantime, your application pod will be automatically scaled to up, just like the core star your serverless behavior. And then you gotta have to find the DB password, security, and admin. Okay, just in order to recap with this video, so you can run how to deploy the Quarkus application as a serverless function, as well as how to secure your serverless function with the Kubernetes extension like a Kubernetes config. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day.